So welcome everyone to this Pisces new moon spring equinox celebration. For those of you that celebrate St. Patty's Day, it's today. It's like there was a time when I was little that was the thing. Now that I've grown up, I know that there's some people that are all about it and that there's some people that are all not about it. So I want to be very diplomatic, but it's happening. Let's call in sacred space. Let's take a big deep breath in, and as we exhale, drop those grounding cords down. Send your roots down, down, down. Oh, my goodness, into the earth. Can always tell when it's been a weekend. Inhale, draw that earth energy up, 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 through your body. Send it up and out through the top of the head, connecting with the heart of the divine above us. Inhaling, drawing that cosmic energy back down, sending it all the way back down into the earth, activating the as above, so below flow. Then connecting with that flow, breathing in, breathing out, activate the as within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. Moving to the north, we welcome Mother Earth. We give such great thanks to be here on this planet doing this sacred work right now. Moving to the south, we welcome water. We welcome clear, clean, current emotions. We welcome love and joy and flow and abundance. Moving to the west, we welcome air, mind, focus, and clarity. All of our guides, angels, allies, and helpers. And moving to the east, we welcome fire and movement and passion, divine right action. Moving to the center, we welcome our divine feminine and our divine masculine in sacred right relationship. We call that beautiful energy down through our bodies. We call up Mama Gaia to pull and magnetize that energy through us. And we welcome our own sweet, extraordinary souls into the circle. Excuse me. We ask that all of these energies be with us, pray with us, dance with us for our mutual benefit. Oh, I should have had this pulled up. Hang on here. Here we go. There it is. That felt good. Let's see here. All right, take a moment, everyone. Let me get my face back up here. And take a breath and settle. And just breathe into your body. Feel what you're feeling for a minute and let yourself feel it. And if it feels too intense, open up the bottoms of your feet. That's why we move, and send it down. Let mama have it. So I don't know if y'all are feeling that or who I'm picking up on, but there's a lot of agitation and releasing happening out there. And that's exactly where we are. Exactly. So let's just take a minute, because this is high ceremony. We're going to say some prayers at the beginning and the end. So everybody just connect with your heart, close your eyes, drop in and drop down. Oh, great mother, divine feminine, birther of the cosmos, lover unto spirit, creatrix of all matter, and queen of all worlds within worlds and those without. We call to you this hour. We are your children. Hear our call. We are the daughters and sons of your union, the flesh of your passion for life. You who lay with spirit, our Father, in the beginning of time, and brought us forth from the blessed union of spirit and matter. We are your children, the sons and daughters of your flesh and your heart, and we remember your touch, the fragrance of your essence, and we long for you. Come into our hearts and gift us the remembering. Come into our minds and open our genius. Enlighten us with your presence. Draw back the veils that we might see, and hearken the doors to open, that beauty and ecstasy may live in our homes and hearts more fully. Once again, this is our hour of greatest need. We call to you through fire and water, through earth and wind, through all that bears your name. We call all your lineages and all your names. Come to us. Come to us. So be it. That's from the Magdalene manuscript by Judy Zion. So if you've been feeling a little flippy, here's part of the reason. Now, this says 6 days. I found this on the internet, but I thought it was very interesting because I've been, all these things it's talking about have been happening to me, and I've been feeling them. I'm like, duh. Okay, it's because it happens to us just like it happens to the animals. And the more you're connected with the outdoors, the more this is going to show up for you. So the shift that's getting ready to happen. So we're having, and we're going to talk about this portal next, but we're in this moment where we have this new moon in Pisces. So we're all in the flowy flow again. And it's a new moon. So we're used to initiating things, but we're still in the release. Could y'all feel? I think some of you felt that when we opened circle, it was just like whoosh. So here's what's going on out in the world around us. So it's happening in our bodies. Think about turning a switch. This literally is getting ready to happen. You're feeling it. So on the equinox on the 20th, so a little over 24 hours from this new moon, it turns on. And we're in this moment. It's kind of like we're going to the end of the diving board. We're getting ready to jump because this is a bigger one than all the ones we've had up to now. I mean, it's a huge threshold that we're crossing over. And the birds can feel it, the frogs can feel it. I heard the frogs the other day. So this Friday at 9:46 a.m. Central Time, so just a couple hours and 15 minutes before we met today, it will be 12 hours, 12 hours daylight exactly, and 12 hours darkness. And that's the threshold, that's the shift. When light passes through the threshold of the eye of any animal, but especially the birds, because there's such a little distance between the eyeball and their pineal gland, it will, when that light shines through there, it activates. And there's a hormonal cascade, and it's not gradual. The minute it hits, it happens. It flips from darkness and dormancy, which is where we've been. If you've been feeling the need to want to just like snuggle in and not move, even though you know it's time to move, that's what it is. If sleep has been weird, your body's getting ready to make the shift. And I feel like a lot of us, I grew up in this era. So it's like in the past, I would be looking forward to this time. You know, spring's coming, you want to get outside, you want it to be warm. I would have been so ticked off that I had a snowstorm in the middle of all that warmth yesterday. And yet, spring is coming. And what happens in the animal world is the birds get louder and longer. So, you know, I can go out. I know about the time that the birds start singing here. I can go out and hear the first one. Now it's just going to be, and there's going to be lots of them. You can hear, and this happened to me the other day. I had my windows up, I had the heater blaring, and I heard this noise. And I rolled down my window. It was the frogs, because we had the warm day before the snow. So the frogs are going to start screaming. You'll notice turtles going across the road. It's not just the rain, they're going to their nesting sites. The birds are going to start migrating underneath the ground. Baby foxes start opening their eyes. So this is a grand event. And maybe we didn't know that before, but we know it now. I'm getting ready to tell you, Val, getting ready to tell you why it's bigger. She's wanting to know why it's, yeah. And you'll notice, I notice birds in the street. So everything's awake. Val's wanting to know why this one's bigger than usual. And it's the same thing we've been talking about, but I'll go into that in a minute. So just on a practical note, things you can do on the 20th, put water out for the animals because they're all waking up and they're thirsty, birds included. If you want to hear them, go outside around 5:50. It says 5:30. That's what the little thing said. I go out about 5:20, 5:15, if you want to hear the first one. But if you're still for a few minutes, they'll start. And if you want to wake them up, you can play music and they'll start. And then keep your porch light turned off at night, because the birds navigate with the stars, and too much street light messes with them. So all the animals are watching the clock, and so's your body. So if things have been wonky, if you've been overly emotional, or things in extremes, that's the first piece. If you, and I'm going to go into this really mystical piece of this here in just a minute, but Val, to answer your question, the reason this one feels bigger is because we are literally crossing the threshold into the Aquarian age. I mean, we've been trying to get to the door for the past 26 years, but we're there. And so there's going to, we've been setting intentions, I don't know how many months around, and we've been talking about this, around the idea that we're shifting timelines. We're moving into, literally into a new way of being, a new age. And so we're leaving the old things behind. So for me, I mean, and we all can feel it. There's new things on the horizon. We know it's coming. At any rate, that's the main reason. And, you know, into the 9-year portal and all of that. But there's a reason it's all happening now. Because, you know, first 25 years. Okay, now we're into the next 25 years. We're beginning that time. And this 9-year portal is the beginning. So, and I'm going to show you on the chart why it's so important, because it's like we're in this soupy time to get clear, whoosh, on what it is we're supposed to be releasing, because all of us still have a ton of stuff. So let me show you why this is happening in the stars. Hang on here. So I've told you a little bit, but this is literally happening out in the sky too. We can't talk about the Pisces new moon without the spring equinox, because between them is a rare gateway opening, a moment when something shifts. And remember, this is the end of this astrological year. When we leave Pisces, move to Aries, we put the foot on the gas. But right here at the end, the new moon happens to fall while it's still in Pisces, and we're all swimmy and dreamy. It says the final degrees of Pisces carry us into the deep waters, the place where, now let this land, old identities dissolve and something new begins to emerge. We've all felt this. At this new moon, one of the gateway stars in the Pegasus constellation is activated. Pegasus is a winged horse that rises from the ocean and travels between the worlds. The horse symbolizes power, freedom, and sovereignty. But Pegasus is a horse with wings that rises out of oceanic waters. So water metaphors always indicate abundance, indicate this is the new, this is the beginning of the new golden age, the drop at the very beginning. So now, before you before you cheer, Heather, here's what's really happening. So it represents the moment when grounded power begins to rise, expand, and move beyond the limits of the ordinary world. So yes, we all want that. So it supports current, that energy supports the expansion of your vision. I know all of you have projects or a lot of you have projects you're working on. Activating deeper layers of your awareness and allowing the part of you connected to the wider cosmos to come fully online. Sounds amazing, right? The timing of this portal matters. The new moon is carrying us into the descent. Now remember, 2 weeks ago, we were setting intentions to release whatever didn't serve us. You think you got done with that? No, that was under like the eclipse corridor. That stuff's gonna last for at least 6 months. So, well, where we are right now, at least where I am, is that if we use this right, this is the place where all those things, old identity, new identity, all those things that you don't want to take with you are going to show up to be released. And you do not want to drag those over the threshold with you. So when it says descent, it's like, even though we're used to setting intentions and you see all this stuff with the Pegasus and I'm going to, you let go of whatever you don't want to take with you. And that's what's going to give you the momentum to do the thing. So it says, the release of our old identities, patterns, and ways of seeing ourselves. So all of that needs to happen. Then a little over 24 hours later, the equinox, perfect balance arrives, equal day, equal night. From the point of balance, the gateway opens and the Pegasus rises. The vision that has been forming quietly within you begins to move beyond the limits of the world you have known. So that is like, you have to see through to the other side of this. And it's been happening over here. So I can already tell you, take a lot of baths, go to a sweat lodge, do anything you can do to do a fast to clear whatever's left, because it's going to wave at you. And that's going to be the first part. So here's what it looks like. So right now, this is the new moon. This is where we are. And I want you really to pay attention. See all these little blue things? That's Pisces. The sun, the moon, Mars, Mercury, the North Node, all in that dreamland. And, if you set intentions to release and get in the flow, you'll get downloads of all those things. And if you aren't paying attention, then it'll manifest in the physical just so you can see it happen. So I have been doing the Ho'oponopono prayer on a mala. I mean, it's just like, you don't even have to know. You just have to move it out of your body so that your physical body can manage the light body that's wanting to embody you so you can do the thing, whatever the vision is. Because less than 24 hours or little over 24 hours later, look what's going to happen. So up here, this is all Aries. This is go time. And we have these two big bossies. We have Neptune in Aries, and we have Saturn in Aries. We're going to talk about what that means. But all of this water is kind of softening that a little bit. Not, I mean, it makes it tolerable. And then, of course, up here, Venus is already, she's like, hurry up, get in the car, boys. It's time to go. So these planets are kind of pulling the rest. So in a little over 24 hours, look now, we've almost totally flipped. We did flip. Now all of these planets are in Aries, and the only three left are Mars, Mercury, and the North Node. We're going to talk about what all that means. But my point with all of this is that that's a big shift. So rather than, you know, set all kinds of intentions about, absolutely, Val, she's saying releasing from the eclipses. Yeah, it does. Okay. Yeah, right. It's kind of big. So you're just, another thing you can do for yourself is keep a journal handy, and it doesn't have to be one that you're going to keep forever. It can be one you're probably going to want to burn at some point, because it's going to be all old information. Things like, why do I do the things I do that I don't want to do, kind of thing, and where it comes from, ancestors, all of that. So healings might be in order. Anything you can do for yourself to move it along. Because you don't want to hang on to it. You just want to process it, let it go. And the other thing you want to remember, everybody around you is doing this too, only most of them don't know it. So they might be a little grouchy. And you're just going to have to be patient with them. Heather, go ahead.
So I've been having a lot of dreams lately, and it seems like my subconscious is releasing and clearing. Can that happen too?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let me go over all of this. So it happens, the new moon happens on March 18th at 8:23 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So we've shifted, in case you haven't figured that out. This will mark the end of that big eclipse window, but not its effects. Its effects are going to continue for at least 6 months. Any Pisces new moon is always great for new beginnings in the spiritual awakening and the inspired creativity. But once again, focus on right alignment, on creativity, on compassion. Your vision is coming in, but it's not time to initiate that until you won't be able to, until you release the old identities that have been holding you back. It will be very difficult. And so use the time to do the things, to take the salt baths, to journal, to be with, to vision, and watch out for moments of or waves of wanting to zone out, scrolling, or aimlessly drifting, or playing the victim, or getting caught up in other people's dramas. If they show up, they can give you clues on what you need to release, but get that Ho'oponopono prayer down, because you'll need it. And then remember, it's not about creating yet. It's still about what you don't want to take with you through this threshold. Yes, Val. Yeah.
You know, you're saying the releasing the identities and stuff like that, and you know, we might have been doing that with the eclipses. I know I'm going over what I just said there earlier on, but will that hold for this new moon too? If we kind of keep
Absolutely.
releasing
Yes.
over the
Mhm.
next 6 months, even releasing the
Yep.
old identities and stuff,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
it'll be okay. Yeah.
And here's the thing, all of you, thanks for asking that, Val. Do not think, we're linear beings, but we weren't designed to be linear beings. We did all that ourselves. How cool. So it's like, don't think of it like a finish line. Like if I'm not done in 6 months, then I'm screwed. No, it's just, this is the wave that's coming. So people that are spiritual junkies like me, we want to know so that we can align ourselves with that wave and get more bang for our buck. It's going to happen to everyone, no matter what, even the folks that don't know. But if you know, you know, and then you can align yourself with that energy and not get whacked over by the wave. So remember, eclipses are like wild cards. Very often they bring permanent changes, some of them very significant. This is probably one of those. Hang on. Yes. Thank you for saying that, Harleen. She says, for me, it's eating sugar left, right, and center. I've been noticing myself wanting to eat lots of toast, which turns to sugar. Oh, but it tastes so good. So yes, here we are. All you have to do in all of this, you don't have to be perfect. Just take a step in a different direction. Take a step and notice when those things, like the sugar, those are just emotions you don't want to feel yet. Take a salt bath, do the things that can clear the body. So that, yeah, I've got the coffee thing going, Heather. I didn't used to, but I do. So take tiny baby steps, even if you just shift a little bit, shift a little bit, shift a little bit. We're on a physical planet. We aren't meant to shift it all. But if we shift it a little bit, the universe will follow us. Emotions is key because we're in Neptune. Choose love, choose high frequency, and tiny little baby steps, choose differently. So here's the Neptune Saturn piece, and this can actually help us. Neptune and Saturn side by side, and they're sextile Uranus, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But Uranus or Neptune and Saturn together, Neptune can be the dreamy, visionary, can go get all the guidance. And here's the vision. Saturn is going to be the one that builds the structure to support that vision. So Saturn brings grounding, discipline, structure. So combine that with the flow of Pisces, it can help you make your dreams real. You just have to, and so noticing your patterns means, where do I rebel against authority? Where do I know I need to budget? Where do I know I need to move my body more, or whatever the thing is? And where do I push back? And why do I push back? It's like those are the things you're looking for, because those are the things that are going to get in your way when it's time to build the vision. Their belief systems. It's like, it's not out there, it's in here. And then Uranus, he's, this is positive. He's sextile, he's excited, he's innovative. He's like, what do you need to do? And that's why I said baby steps. All Uranus needs is you to turn in a different direction, and the momentum will gradually build. And so he can also bring sudden insights, new connections, creative breakthroughs. But you have to physically engage. Like, you can't just get the download and think about it. Take one step, one step. When you hear it, do your best to take an action. And new approaches to old problems. Remember, the first 48 hours after the new moon are potent for intentions. And, you know, especially with this one, we're going to have that push. It's like, intend to remove whatever's still in your way, or at least get clear about it. You know, wave at it, do, and take a tiny step. Saturn will take the ball and run with it. So once we get through that new moon and we set those kinds of intentions, then it's go time. So that's when the March equinox hits, you know, a little over 24 hours. So 3:20, I believe that's Saturday. Wait, Friday. At 9:46 a.m. Central Daylight Time. It will set the tone for the next 3 months. But for this one, because it's the beginning of a whole sun cycle, it sets the tone, you know, it's the bing at the beginning of the year. It sets the tone for that, the sun year. We just celebrated Chinese New Year, which is the beginning of the moon cycle. This is the beginning of the sun cycle. So equinoxes are twice yearly. They reset. That's when, you know, everything's, you can stand an egg on its end. They support clarity, equilibrium, and new beginnings. And they're at the 0 point, or the sun is at 0 point. One of the others is too. I believe it's Saturn is still at 0 point Aries too. So that is, the starting gun goes off and we're out the gate. So it's very initiatory, like the animals. It's ideal for initiating personal projects, setting goals, embracing new direction, fire up your passion. So think about your big vision and what are the beliefs, what are the things that have kept you from visioning, from having that come into physical form? Do those kinds of releasing at the new moon with the intent of moving more fully into whatever you're creating, whatever the big vision is. And then, you know, start formulating those intentions at the equinox. So we have this window from Wednesday to Friday of just, I mean, we should all just be in ceremony. So to start, commit to a concrete step wherever you feel stagnant, listening, you know, for now, the areas that still need work. So when you have that vision in your mind, you'll know those. Then plant new seeds and identify your priorities. Intentions set now will be more aligned with your authentic purpose, more likely to manifest. And realize you're going to set all these intentions and then you're going to be cleaning yourself up. I mean, you're going to be, it's like, this is the end. This is like the drain cycle. This is the bottom of when all the water is going down the drain. So plan to take life slow because you're going to need to. Even though Aries is going to give you the fire energy you need to take physical action, but it's going to be move, exercise, declutter, Start a fitness routine. Clear mental chatter by journaling. Keep those journals busy. This is the getting ready phase. You're going to feel the big push, but I'm going to show you where the push is going to be. So Venus is already like, let's go, let's go. And she's conjunct the moon. So she's right on top of the moon. So be emotionally authentic, be real with your personal desires, be kind. And you're going to draw to you the same vibration you're holding. I'll put it that way. So go deeper into self-love, enjoy passionate connections, express your true values, be kind and talk about your emotions, write a heartfelt note, reconnect with someone. It's like, stay on the upside, but this isn't about going out and doing stuff. This is about loving people, getting real. And it's also about healing. Chiron is conjunct in Eris, in Aries. Once again, more go time. So get on that wounded healer stuff. And Eris she's a asteroid goddess who brings, she acts as a challenging catalyst. So if there's a place where you're sitting on your laurels around anything you haven't healed yet, she's going to poke you to get you to those personal breakthroughs. It's all about being self-assertive. I mean, loving yourself. And you can more clearly see patterns of self-doubt, insecurity, suppressed anger that have held you back. You'll just feel them. It'll just be this wave of knowing, and you're just gonna go, ugh. So I've already had an emotion code session with Casey. If you haven't done that, it's a fast and easy way. And we went over today. There was so much coming out. Where have you not stood up for yourself? Take a small but courageous action that honors your needs. This could be setting boundaries, starting a new project, speaking your truth. And then the 3 planets that stayed in Pisces: Mercury, the North Node, and Mars. So they're all there. And I'm going to look at them separately really quickly. So Mercury in the North Node. Remember, Mercury. Oh, the other thing I forgot to tell you, Mercury goes direct on the day of the equinox. So, all holds barred. It's just like, let them go. So the conjunction point between that Mercury that's going direct and the North Node, they're both in Pisces. So that's like, this is the new direction, new inspired ways of thinking, speaking, and connecting that align with your life purpose. Mars is going to add motivation. So Mars is inner masculine. Let's go. Speak your truth, share insights, stride forward, write down your best understanding of your soul purpose, and then make one conscious decision that aligns with future goals. And then the Mars in Pisces is also trine Jupiter. So that's going to make Mars even more powerful. And Jupiter's in Cancer, so that's the self-care piece. So Mars, inspired action in Pisces, harmonizes with Jupiter, growth and abundance, in Cancer, emotional security and nurturing. This offers you abundant vitality to pursue emotionally fulfilling goals, acts of kindness, service, creative expression are strongly supported. This is what's going to make you feel good. I used to have a preacher that say, would say, give until it hurts. No, give until it feels good. And a lot of times that's beyond where it hurts. So pay attention to that. Those are the things that are, it's like, what makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside? Those are the things you want to pursue. So, and this is what it's going to feel like. This is a slide out of one of my Creatrix classes, but this is the truth of it. When an old house, because this is what's happening to us, we signed up for this. When an old house is being remodeled, old memories and energies of times and people gone by are stirred up as the walls are ripped off and the foundation is repurposed. Without conscious awareness of how our traumas affect everything in profound, far-reaching ways, combined, now that's the first one, we don't have conscious awareness, but we believe that we've been harmed by others and we refuse to sacrifice those beliefs. So we're haunted by the effects of negativity that radiate through our lives. This is all from Elizabeth Gilbert, author of Eat, Pray, Love. She says, I can see exactly where my episodes of unhappiness have brought suffering or distress, or at the very least inconvenience to those around me. The search for contentment is therefore not merely self-preserving, but self-benefiting, but also a generous gift to the world. Clearing out all your misery gets you out of the way. You cease being an obstacle, not only to yourself, but to anyone else. Only then are you free to serve and enjoy other people. So the universe knows this, those big dreams, we have to get out of our own way. And this is the doorway that we do that in. It's a golden opportunity to let go of the places where you've said or thought all your life, that's just the way I am. No, it doesn't have to be true anymore. It's like you can leave that consciousness behind. And it was probably programming anyway. Okay, so journal questions, and I'm going to give us, we got time. Might go over just a little bit. Write these journal questions down, and you can be thinking about your intentions, etc., where you're going. But I'm going to give us a light infusion, and I'm going to make the light infusion that it supports your intentions all the way through this time period, so that you can just be in the soup of that for the rest of the time, versus trying to journal and figure it out through your head. We're just going to let the light do it. But I'm going to give you some time to write these questions down. If you have time to journal with them, you can, but then the light infusion may take us over about 10 minutes. Hmm. All right, anybody needs to see the rest of those slides, fine. If you haven't begun setting your intentions for this Pisces new moon and the equinox, you certainly can for just a minute or two. And then I'll take us in. We got some really good juju for this light infusion. Did you need the slide, Dominique? Okay, gotcha. All right, I am gonna go ahead and move us into this part. You don't have to know your desired outcomes right now. We'll make it retroactive through this whole intention portal, so that and for anybody that watches the recording, anytime you decide to do the light infusion, it'll work. So we'll set that up. But I'm just going to invite all of you to close your eyes now. Just kind of push back from your writing and drop into your heart. And when I say drop, I want you to feel into your heart. And feel the light energy that you brought with you. The love of the divine, the love from the divine, from the bigger you. Connect with that. The love you feel for this planet and for your loved ones. That is your source light center point. And right now, I connect you to that source light center point and ask that you shine that light up and down your golden spiral and activate your source light energy field. I ask that you open and shine your source light through your golden spiral and activate that source light energy field. I infuse the frequency of safety, protection, and harmony in your source light energy field. And I activate within your Merkaba the harmony of the original sacred geometries of this planet. Activate all source light symbols and the 60 light frequencies in your source light point, your golden spiral, and your source light energy field. I infuse into your source light point, your golden spiral, and your source light energy field this light infusion treatment to be effective now and for this whole creation portal, whether you're watching it now or in the recording. I activate the harmonies of these geometries, outcomes, and frequencies within your source light energy field and shine these energies out into your world to bless everyone, everything, and every situation. I ask that we connect individually to our personal source lights and our source light energy fields, and that our fields connect to and through the source light energy field of Gaia. I now engage your source light point, your source light energy field to initiate and activate opportunities for healing, growth, restoration, and creation. I anchor in 5 life force symbols at your 3 source light energy centers, at your head, at your heart. And at your sacral. To hold and support the fulfillment of the following outcomes and frequencies. Staying connected to our soul. To truly release what no longer serves us and make different choices. Peace and safety for all sentient beings. And all of your desired outcomes through this whole creation corridor of the Pisces new moon and the March equinox. Whether you're watching now or watching from the recording. Give those a few moments to anchor. With the frequencies of serenity, completion, stability, safety, and support. I declare these outcomes to be so and infuse and integrate completion in your source light point, your golden spiral, and your source light energy field. As these energies are activated and engaged, I close this infusion in the light. All right. I'm going to close this out with the Aramaic Lord's Prayer. O birther, father, mother of the cosmos, you that create all that move in light, focus your light within us, make it useful. As the rays of a beacon, show us the way. Create your reign of unity now through our fiery hearts and willing hands. Your one desire then acts with ours, as in light, so in all forms. Grant what we need each day in the way of bread and insight, sustenance for the call of growing life. Loose the cords of mistakes binding us as we release the strands we hold of others' guilt. Don't let us enter forgetfulness, but free us from unripeness. From you is born all ruling will, the power and the life to do, the song that beautifies all. From age to age, it renews. Truly power to these statements. May they be the source from which all my actions grow, sealed in trust and faith. All right, we're going to get up and move a little bit. Ceremony's not over till we move. I will make you dance. Here we go. Okay, they're dropping like flies. What's wrong with this? Why won't it? Okay, there we go. Oh, it's gonna keep playing. Okay, there we go. I'm just glad it didn't play anything that would be illegal and I would not be able to put it on YouTube. All right. I'm going to close Sacred Space. I give thanks to the elemental forces for holding space for us today. I give such great thanks for these loyal, devoted, spiritual warriors that are doing their sacred work on the planet. And I close the circle in the light. All right, loves, I will see you very soon. Stop and share. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.